Okay, I think I'm on. Let me see, my hair's kind of messed up. I know I'm going to have at least a couple people join me. They told me they would join in. So I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes while we do that. Fix my shirt, fix my necklace, and get going here. So today I thought I would do the jewelry tag. I Hi Debbie, how are you today? So today I thought I would do the jewelry tag, which I actually saw Liz at Home Decorating with Liz do. She did not tag me, but I thought it would be kind of fun to do. I'm doing very well, thank you. Where are you located, Debbie? Um, anyway, so there's 13 questions in this jewelry tag that I thought I would do. Oh, North Carolina. It's so pretty there. I have been there one time. My younger daughter used to do ballet. She was training to be a professional ballerina, but she had some injuries that kept her from being able to do that. But the American Ballet Theater would have summer intensive programs for people who were training to be professional dancers, and they had one at um, one of the campuses there in North Carolina in Greensboro. Is that right? So that's the one time I've been there, and it was just beautiful. Although it was the middle of summer, so it was very humid. But I just loved all the greenery around in the area. So maybe I'll go back sometime when it's not quite so hot and humid and full of thunderstorms. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? Hi, Lori. Hi, Kathy. Oh, okay. That's good. Well, I really loved your steak, Debbie. it was it was absolutely beautiful. Hi, Yanni. Wow, we had lots of people joining. So it is it about 10 o'clock at night there in the Netherlands, or is it 9 o'clock? I know it's 8 or 9 hours difference around that part of Europe. So I am enjoying today. It was a little okay. So that's what we would call 10 p.m. 2200 is 10 p.m. here. So pretty late. Well, I'm glad you jumped on. It's very nice here in Southern California. It was raining all week long, and it was drizzly this morning, but now we have some sunshine. So, oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. Well, we are supposed to get more rain starting Tuesday, and it's supposed to continue on in through the next weekend. So I this is like the one day, maybe tomorrow might have some sunshine too, but one day of sunshine that we're going to get. But so I was saying before some of you joined that I am going to be doing the jewelry tag. I don't know if any of you have seen this. I wasn't actually tagged, but I thought it would be fun to do. Yeah, Southern California. I'm in Orange County, Cynthia, so I'm in SoCal too. And anyway, there's 13 questions in this tag, and I thought it would be fun to do also because Lori, who's on, has another channel she just started. Sprinkling here. Oh, yeah, I saw Northern California was getting a lot more rain. Oh, hi, Michelle. Thanks for jumping on. And anyway, so I was saying I thought it would be fun to do this jewelry tag because I've actually been buying some jewelry lately from Lori, who's on as Creative Lori, but she has another channel called Creative Lori Jewelry and Gems, I think it is, that she's just started, and she is selling off some pieces of jewelry that her father, who's a gemologist, has collected over the years. So I thought it would be fun to do this jewelry tag and then maybe show you the last pieces that I got from her. And then if you aren't familiar with her channel, you could go check out that channel and subscribe if you're interested in purchasing any of these things. So I'm going to get started and go down this list of questions. And then all of you who are on, if you haven't done this tag yet and you want to do it, I will put the tag questions in the description box once the live is done and processed so that you can participate. Or if you want to see them before I'm able to get to do that, go over to Home Decorating with Liz's channel because she had them in her video. So the first question was, what was your first piece of jewelry and do you still have it? So my first piece of jewelry was a little tiny gold band. Yes, that was from Lori's dad, Michelle. So my first piece of jewelry was a little tiny gold band. It had been my mother's when she was little. I am not sure where she got it. I think a family maybe that my grandmother worked for might have given it to her. My grandmother was first generation in this country from Finland, and she came to this country when she was 16, didn't speak a word of English, and she found work as a housekeeper, and she was such a good housekeeper that the family she worked for would always gift her presents. So and what was nice, Lori, that ring fit her perfectly. So I was so happy about that. I'd remembered correctly. But anyway, so it was this little tiny child's gold band. And I do still have it, although I gave it to my younger daughter when she was little. And she has it. And I think it still fits on her pinky finger. I don't think it fits. It's too small to fit on a ring finger. Even though I have small fingers, it's smaller than a size 4. So it's probably about a 3, I'm guessing. So that was the first question. And the second question is, do you prefer silver or gold? And I like both. So my wedding band is actually gold. You can see that. And gold looks a little better with my skin tone. I have more of a, if you are familiar with when people used to have their colors done, I always said I was somewhat of a summer or a winter, depending on how my hair was looking at the time. My hair gets a little bit more blonde the more I'm out in the sun. So then I'm more summery. But summer and winter type colors look good on me, and gold goes better with that skin tone. But I wear both. I like both. 3, is your jewelry style big and bold or small and dainty? I would say it's kind of in between. I do have some very dainty pieces, but I am pretty small framed. I have very slender fingers, and so I can't really wear a huge ring. Although some of the pieces I bought from Lori are a lot bigger than I normally get, but they were just so pretty I couldn't resist them. The fourth question is, do you wear all fine jewelry, all costume, or a mix? So I wear a mix. I am very lucky. I think I mentioned this last week, my husband is very nice, and he always buys me jewelry for presents. So like this necklace, this is aquamarine, and he bought that for me one year. And then I actually bought these earrings myself to match it because I thought they went perfectly with it. They are aquamarine also. But he bought me this, and he bought me this ring. I don't know if you can see it too well. It's an opal in the middle with sapphires on either side. And the reason he bought me this ring is that we met at a Halloween party, and the stone for October is opal. And then we got married in September, and September's stone is sapphire. So, yeah, that's what I thought, Lori. Hi, Karen. Welcome. I am doing the jewelry tag, so there's a bunch of questions about jewelry. So even though this is not a milky aquamarine, I the opal is a similar color with the aquamarine, so I usually wear it, and the sapphire and the opal go with this sweater. So he bought that to me because he bought that for me because it was sentimental for when we met and when we got married. But I do wear costume jewelry also. But I try to wear my fine jewelry because for a long time, I didn't wear it. Yeah, that's how he is. He's sweet and thoughtful. um, I for a long time I wouldn't wear a lot of my fine jewelry, and then I thought, why am I just letting it sit in this box? I am going to wear it, so I will wear both. And then let's see. Number 5, do you wear the same pieces of jewelry every day or do you mix it up? Well, I mix it up. I obviously wear my wedding ring and engagement ring every day. And if I'm not going to wear something where I feel I'm going to put a necklace on or something, I'll usually just put in my fake diamond earrings and leave it at that. But most of the time I will put in different earrings at least. Sometimes I'll wear a necklace like today. So I get bored easily, so I definitely am not wearing the same pieces every day, other than my wedding ring. Number 6, are your ears pierced, and if so, how many piercings? Well, yes, they are pierced. You can see that. And I only have one in each ear. But I was probably a lot older when I had my ears pierced than most of you were. Actually, I was with Michelle when she had her ears pierced. I remember that very distinctly, Michelle. But I did not have pierced ears. I wanted pierced ears when I was little, and my mother would not let me have pierced ears. She didn't have pierced ears. And she said, you can get them when you're old enough to pay for it yourself. So I just waited, and then I never went and got them pierced. And so when my younger daughter turned 13, I told her, both of my daughters, we told them that when they turned 13, they could get their ears pierced if they wanted them pierced. Well, she waited until she was 14 to get her ears pierced. Pierced ears. Yeah, it's where you have a hole in your ear to put the earring through. So there's a post on the earring. Well, I'll show you this one that goes through your ear. So you have a little post. And then this little back piece fits in there. So I used to wear what we called clip earrings. They would just clip onto your earlobes. But when my younger daughter went to go get her ears pierced, she made me get my ears pierced, and she told me I needed to get them pierced because my husband was running out of ideas to get me for necklaces and rings, so he needed to be able to buy me earrings, and they do not make fine jewelry earrings with clips, so I ended up getting my ears pierced when I was in my 40s. So I bet that's a lot older than most people. So I know when I went with Michelle, were you 20 already, Michelle? Were you, I can't remember how old you were. Do you remember how old you were? I think we went to the Mall of Orange. Yeah, yeah, that's what I figured. 21. Yeah, I couldn't remember if you were 20 or 21. I thought it was somewhere around there. So that's my story of ear piercing. So now I do get earrings from my husband. Yeah, these actually are a lot more comfortable. I will say that. I didn't have too much trouble with the clips, but these are definitely a lot more comfortable than wearing the clips. I once my ears healed, obviously. Let's see. Anything else you pierced that you care to share? No, I do not have any other piercings. Oh, yes, I've heard about that. Wearing heavy earrings can cause your the holes to get really, really big. Oh, yeah, that's around the age a lot of people get them pierced here too, Johnny. So, but since I didn't have mine done until I was in my 40s, I suspect that I am not going to need to have I suspect my holes are going to stay small. In fact, if I don't put earrings in every day after I can go one day without putting them in, but even though it's been probably about almost 10 years now that I've had them pierced, um, not quite that long, 8 years. If I leave them out more than a day or two, my holes start to close up. So I have to put earrings in most of the time. I can take them out at night, but oddly enough, even though it's been that long, they still want to close up. So number 8. If you have or had a wedding or engagement ring, did you help select it or was it a surprise? Hi, Dal. Oh, well, that's good, Cynthia. So I did help pick out my engagement ring. My husband and I went together to the store where we got my rings and his rings. And oh, me too, Dal. I'm so happy. Looks like we have 9 people on, so that's great. That's around what I haven't, well, I think the first time I had a fair number too, but this is the last few weeks I haven't had too much. I'm trying to come on Sundays. Hi, Becky. How are you today? I'm trying to come on Sundays around 1 o'clock. I was a little later one week, and one week I didn't do it, but that's around the time I decided I was going to do it because I didn't think it conflicted with a time that other people I know are going live. And sometimes lazy Sunday afternoons, people just kind of want to relax, so I thought it would be a good time to do it. But I did go pick out my my engagement ring with my husband, and so I like that. I actually had told him I didn't need an engagement ring. He had already, he had just graduated from college. Oh, well, that's fun that you're watching this in your car. So, and then I was in grad school, and so I was paying for that myself, and then we were going to be paying for our wedding together. So I told him I don't need an engagement ring. We can just save for that. Yeah, we went to a jewelry wholesaler in the South Bay, up near Del Amo. We didn't go to the jewelry mart, but we did go to a wholesaler. So we did get it cheaper than we would have gotten if we'd gone to a regular store. And but he really wanted me to have an engagement ring. So we picked this out, and I love it. It looks like a flower. I don't know if you can see that. So the top part, it has a center diamond, and then it has 4 smaller diamonds in settings that look like little petals. And then the wedding ring actually has 2 more petals on it. So it's not a huge ring, but I love it, and because my fingers are small, it's a good size for me, and it was in our budget. So, as we were paying for our wedding ourselves, our honeymoon ourselves, I still had to pay for some of my grad school, so we definitely needed to do it on a budget. Yes, it is different. It's kind of funny because I went somewhere, I had an appointment somewhere, I don't remember what it was, and a woman had a ring on very similar to mine. And hi, V, how are you? Good to see you too. And I asked her, I said, "Oh, I've never seen anybody else with a wedding ring set like that." And she said, "Oh, it's from the 80s." And I'm like, "Oh, well, what year?" And she's like, "88." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that's when I got mine." So that's why we had similar rings. Hers looked like a flower too. So that was kind of fun. And so let's see. Next question, number 9. Do you wear rings on other fingers or just stick with your ring finger? Well, I do wear rings on other fingers because I have such a hard time finding rings that fit me. I will often wear them on my middle finger. So, like I show you, I have this one on my middle finger here because this is a 6. So it won't, it's really big on here. And this ring actually disappeared for about a year. It was a funny story because I had it on my ring finger. Actually, that I was wearing another ring on my middle finger, and when I got home, it was gone. And then I looked all over for it, and I couldn't find it. We went back. My husband and I went back to the restaurant where we'd eaten dinner that night. Nothing, nothing, nothing. About a year later, I get in my car, and this ring is sitting on the passenger seat. A year later, I and I have no idea where it came from. So, oh, that was the. I think I had a poltergeist or something taking this ring, but I was so glad I found it again. So this one goes on my middle finger, and but usually I don't wear more than one ring on my hand at the same time. Sometimes I can wear this on my ring finger if it's during the summer because it's when it's hot out, my fingers get a little puffier. And I have a sapphire ring, and sometimes I'll wear those together, but usually just one. And I don't usually ever wear one on the hand with my wedding rings. Number 10, what is your birthstone? Well, my birthstone is diamond. And yes, my sister and I have the most expensive birthstones. Hers is emerald, mine is diamond. And number 11 is, do you own any jewelry with your birthstone in it? Yes, I do. Besides my wedding ring set, I have a couple of diamond necklaces. Now the diamonds are very small. Yep, April baby. April and my sister's May. And so I have a couple necklaces. One has 2 little diamonds, one on top of the other, and then the other one has it's more of a solitaire with then some very, very tiny little diamonds around the center of it. But I don't have any huge pieces of diamond. I don't even have real diamond earrings. I have fake diamond earrings. So, cubic zirconia ones. Number 12, what is your most sentimental piece of jewelry? Well, I thought I would show it to you. It's this. This is a turquoise necklace. And you can see it has quite a bit of veining in it, the dark veining. And my husband gave this to me for Christmas the very first year we met. In fact, we had not been dating very long, so I wasn't even thinking we were doing presents because we hadn't been dating very long. So I did not get him a present, and I have felt so bad about that. Oh, thanks, Mrs. V. Thank you so much. I appreciate your stopping in. So this is it, and I am really attached to this. And then I had had some clip earrings that were turquoise. I had managed to find some. Hi, Davida. And then when I got my ears pierced, I didn't usually wear those anymore. And so this Christmas, I finally got a pair of earrings. They're studs that are turquoise, and they match my necklace. So now I have some new earrings to wear with my necklace. So that's my most sentimental piece of jewelry because it was the first one that my husband ever gave to me. Okay, so we are down to the last question is there a piece of jewelry on your wish list? No, I don't think so. Well, actually, I should take that back. My husband gave me a necklace one time with a Tahitian pearl on it, a pretty big Tahitian pearl. And those are black and they have kind of an iridescent sheen to them. And I would like some Tahitian pearl earrings sometime. Do you have any piece that has Gabby? Well, Gabby is the same as mine, Michelle, since she was born on my birthday. And so hers is diamond. And I actually gave her a ring of mine. When I graduated from high school, my mom got me a birthstone ring. So it had a little, it looked, actually, it wasn't quite like this one. It had a very tiny center diamond and then little diamonds all around it. I think it was like each of the diamond was maybe 10 points. So it wasn't a very big ring. Maybe it had like a 1/4 carat total. Oh, thank you so much, Yanni. Bye. And so I gave that ring to her so she could have it since I had my wedding ring and I didn't really need the birthstone ring anymore. And then my older daughter, yes, we gave her some sapphire jewelry. Yes, my husband's birthstone is diamond also. My husband's birthday's 3 weeks after mine. But he doesn't wear jewelry. The only piece of jewelry he wears is his wedding ring. And he never wore jewelry up until that point. And that is the only piece of jewelry he owns. He has never worn a watch. He doesn't wear rings. He has a fairly small ring size too. I think he wears a 7. So that's why my daughters ended up with very slim fingers as well. So that was the last question. So as I said, for those of you who joined later, this was the jewelry tag. I saw Liz of Home Decorating with Liz do it, but I think it was created by someone named Jill Maurer. And I'll put a link to her channel in there. I wasn't tagged. I just started to do this because I thought it was a fun tag and would make good conversation for a live. And then I also wanted to do it because I thought I would share with you some pieces I picked up from Lori, who is on as Creative Lori here, but she has her other channel, Creative Lori Jewelry and Gems. And I got these pieces from her just recently. And so let me show them to you. So the first thing, I'll show you these first. These are black spinel earrings, and I think these were white topaz gems, but Lori, there wasn't a posted note on the box that these were in, but I'm doing this from memory, so I'm pretty sure that they were little white topaz here above the black spinel. So I really like these because I have a lot of clothes that have black in them, and these will go with a lot of everything. Are you an April baby too, Davida? I am actually, I really like being born in April. My mother almost named me April, and my middle name is Ann. She wanted to name me April Ann, but no, it's tie black spinel, Michelle. It looks very similar to onyx. So she wanted to name me April Ann, but my father said, oh, so you're Sapphire, Davida. That's my, yeah, that's fine, Lori. But my father said April Ann sounded like the name of a boat. So I became Pamela Ann instead of April Ann. But I like April because usually no matter where you are, spring weather's starting to come about. So it's really nice month. Usually it was nice on my birthday. Okay, so then the other thing I got, So is he an Aries or a Taurus, Davita? I'm an Aries and my husband is a Taurus. So our daughter's got a double dose of stubbornness, if you believe in that. Aries. Yeah, my birthday's the 3rd. So the next thing I bought is a set. And it's just beautiful. So I'll show you the ring first. I was really excited. Lots of people who know Aries. So this is the ring. It's also tie black spinel, and it has this very large checkerboard design spinel on the as the big stone, and then it has little ones along the side there that are kind of channel set. Yeah, and it was a size 5, so I can wear it. Oh, let me take this one off so it doesn't interfere. But it's a little bigger than I would normally get. See how narrow my fingers are, Lori? So it's a little loose, but it won't fall off over my knuckle. I can pull on it. So, yeah. So I really like it. And then it came with, oh, well, that's why we get along, Davida. Well, my daughter, like I said, she's in September. She's a Virgo. So obviously I get along with her. And my other daughter was born on my birthday. So we are like, she's like my mini-me. But here's the necklace that came with the ring. You can see them together there. Isn't that pretty? And this is all spinel also. And then this. What, Lori, wasn't this like 93 carats of spinel or something like that? I don't remember. It was some huge amount of spinel. It was just beautiful. So I do have a lot of black clothing, and I thought, oh, this will just go really well. You can see it around the neck. So, and then the earrings were not part of the ring and the pendant set. So see those? But the shape of the stone was very similar. So I thought, wow, those will go really well together. Oh, so you are the reverse of us, Cynthia. Yep. My husband was born just after the cusp. Yeah, it does look like it would go. This is actually a dark navy, but you could probably get away with wearing it with it. See? So I just wanted to share that because I just love them, and they are such good prices. So if you are not familiar with Lori and her auctions she's been having, well, they're actually sales on her channel that she's been having. Check her out because I've bought some beautiful pieces from her, very inexpensively compared to what you'd get retail. So, yeah, well, Davida, I have a lot of black too, and the reason I did that was twofold. Because yes, I agree, red. I actually wore these with a red top the other day. They look beautiful. Oh, you're welcome, Lori. And so what was I saying? Oh, a lot of black. So I used to get a lot of black because that way I could wear different colored tops with it and would all kind of mix and match. And then if something, when I was at work, something like dirt got on me, if I had to go into a business meeting, I knew it wasn't going to show up a lot, on black. And I tend to wear black a lot when I travel. Because one time somebody spilled coffee all over me. And, oh, that's funny, Lori. One time I wore black on it. I wasn't wearing black on an airplane. I had a tan suit on, and someone spilled coffee all over me. And I had to go into the airplane restroom, and the flight attendant gave me some club soda, and I was feverishly trying to get the coffee out of my suit before I had to go somewhere and have a meeting. So I tended to wear a lot of black for my business stuff. So yeah, did you have an auction on a different channel, Lori? I must have missed that. The other thing I thought I might do is share with you some things I got the other day. I went into Walmart because, oh, okay, yeah. I wanted to get some more of these green hydrangeas. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard you talking about that. So I want to get some more of these green hydrangeas I used in a flower arrangement I showed in a video the other day, and I liked them so much. I only had 2 of them, so I wanted to get some more. And then while I was in there, I found this bunch of white tulips. I thought they were really pretty. And since I've been going in for neutrals this spring, I thought these would go. So I need to start making some more arrangements. And then I was, there's a clearance aisle in that Walmart near where, they're from Walmart, Lori. My Walmart doesn't have a very big floral section, but I managed to get in there this last time right after they had stocked it. So I was really happy, yeah. So these, I should tell you, these tulips, they were $3, and they look really, really realistic. So there's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 9 tulips for $3. And then these hydrangeas, they're very big, as you can see. They are also $3 for the stem. So for the size, that's a really good price. So I got a couple more hydrangeas and then a bunch of tulips. And then I walked down, there's an aisle right by the flowers in my store that has clearance stuff, and I found a couple things I got on clearance. And so the first, this is very interesting. It's a leave-in hair cream, sea buckthornberry. But it's this brand Amika, and this is actually the brand of products that my hairdresser uses. And this bottle normally is like $25, and it was on clearance for $4. So let me smell it. I got some of it on my nose. It has kind of a musky perfume scent to it, but fresh with a little bit of, it says sea buckthornberry. I can definitely smell ocean. So an ocean musky with a little bit of floral mixed in. It's a really pretty fragrance, and they are, it's paraben free, and it doesn't have artificial colors. It might have a little bit of lemon in there. Oh, Davida, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. And I think all of you who are on are familiar with Davida, but Davida has a wonderful channel where she does lots of crafting and DIYs. So, and then, okay, so this is a big candle I also found in the clearance aisle. It has this really interesting shaped container. It's almost like a small vase, but it is a Yankee candle, and the lid is meant to go underneath it like this. But I thought once it's burned down, it would make a nice vase, a floral container, and it's called Velvet Woods. And it smells sort of like caramel and forest smells mixed together. It's a really pretty smell. It's not a sweet smell. It's more of a musky smell too. I think this was from the fall, but this was $5. It had been originally, you can see, almost $22 in the fall, but I love candles, so, and I really liked this container. I bet you'd pay, no, it's not soy, I don't think. Some of the labels are gone, so it doesn't have, I think there used to be a label on the back. So it doesn't say on the front that it's soy. Usually I think they do. But you can see in the back there used to be a label here that probably had the ingredients on it, and it was missing. So I have no idea if it's soy or not. That's what I thought. I don't have any square plates, but I thought it would make a really nice vase. I have a taller one, similar shape, that's a pink color like this, but anyway, I can't wait to use that. I have other candles. I wasn't going to buy more candles, but I just couldn't pass this up because I thought, you know what? If you went to look for a vase like this, you would probably pay about $5 just to get the container. So, okay. And then these are kind of fun. I really liked them a lot. Davida, there I found a tiny corner of the store that's closest to me over near the gardening area that had some of those lemon pieces in it. Not very much. It was a very small display, but I wasn't getting lemons, but I wanted some more neutral Easter decor because a lot of what I've had in the past has been cutesy, and I'm kind of moving away from that. But then I found these eggs. Look at these. Aren't these pretty? So I really like these colors. They're very muted. And they have these ribbons on it. I think they're meant to hang maybe off of a branch. But I actually think I'm going to pull the ribbons out. I think they're just hot glued on the bottom. And then I think I'm going to set them like this on some candlesticks. Can you see that? This is a robin's egg blue. So these were $1.98. So I thought that was pretty good. I'm really trying to not buy a lot of stuff, but I felt like I needed some more neutral decor. I don't have a lot of Easter that's not cutesy. Most of my Easter stuff was for when my daughters were little, and I've been getting rid of it slowly, but I just really like them. So how many of you remember those pantyhose that used to be called legs, and they came in egg-shaped containers that were about this size? I don't know if they still make them, but I know people used to take those and do crafts out of them, but that's what these reminded me of when I saw them. But I do think they would be pretty hanging from some branches too if you had just a few. So that's what I got. So what are you all up to today? I know Becky is driving. Can you carve them? Probably. They are styrofoam. I'm looking here. See, they're that kind of styrofoam they package around electronics. I don't know if you can see that. Try to get it. Can you see that white there? Davida, my mother had a garter belt with nylons that she would wear with that garter belt, and my sister had one too. So I remember those also, and not the sexy kind that you could get at Victoria's Secret. So I remember those too. Also the time of the month belt. People don't know what that is anymore. I'm old enough to remember those also. So that's kind of funny to read. So I know Becky's writing in the car, and I think Michelle's grading some papers. Oh yeah, that would. I don't know if they're. I think they're pretty solid foam. I don't think they're like the pumpkins that have the shell of. Yeah. Well, I was trying to figure out a way to put it delicately, Davina. I don't think they're like the pumpkins that you can carve that have the shell and then it's hollow inside. These these feel pretty solid. They don't feel like they're hollow. So you might be carving a lot. What was that called, Pam? The time of the month belt? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I think they stopped making those at least 40 years ago. Yeah, me too, Lori. They still had some around, but they were just coming out with the ones that were more adhesive.
I think they still make them. You just have to get them online.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, one of my daughters is telling me she thinks they still make them, but you have to buy them online. Well, now they have the undergarments that you can just wear, and not even have to buy any accoutrements. Oh, yeah. Well, how old is your son, Cynthia? So uncomfortable. So I'm sitting at my downstairs project area, which is right by the kitchen, so people are coming and going. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah. Ah, yeah, I think some of them were made of plastic, not metal. But, yeah, so how did we get on this topic? 26, yeah, so that was a while ago. I don't think they have them in the hospitals anymore either. But um so Davida, what are you up to today? Or anybody else who's on? I'm not sure who all is still on. Hey Michelle, I thought of something. There's this one channel. There's a woman, she's actually getting married, and she's been doing some crafts for her wedding lately. And she has a channel called Lacey's Space. LACEE' space. She's been doing some stuff for weddings because she's getting married. And then, hold on just a second. I have my iPad down here. Someone did one. Someone did something for a wedding recently. I'm trying to find it. I thought it might have been At Home with Nikki, but I'm not finding it. Let me. But Michelle, you can go onto YouTube and do a search for like table decorations. So I missed some of those. Let me go pull up my channel so I can get to my own video. And I'm gonna make sure to mute this so I don't talk, but I want to be able to see what you guys are saying. Oh, Cynthia, you're supposed to be working on taxes. I have finished mine. Yay. I always set aside President's Day weekend to work on taxes. Well, that's so sweet, Michelle. That's funny, Debbie. You're not being lazy. We need people who also just watch us too, because if we always were just subscribing to people who were YouTube creators, we'd never be able to watch everything. So it's always nice to have people who like to just watch and don't have their own channels. I love watching other people's channels too. That's what made me want to start my own channel, because I wanted to be able to give back a little bit of what I had gotten from watching other people. But but we really need other people who aren't just other creators to watch too. And that's really who I think a lot of us do this for, is to give people ideas. I know that's why I like to do my channel. I'm hoping I can inspire people. And sometimes I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling inspirational. But yeah, it is my creative outlet, Michelle. You haven't done. Oh, you know what, Laurie? I actually found them easier this year. So, oh, well, that's so sweet to hear. That is so nice. But I like watching the other channels too, because sometimes I just have run out of ideas, and watching them gives me some ideas of things to do too. Even ones where maybe their style is not like mine. So there's another woman, she has a channel, and it's called Shell's Glam Home. And yeah, Shell's Glam Home. And she is in Australia, and I like to watch her channel and see the kinds of things she gets there. But I don't do a lot of glam, and she does a lot of like cute or fashion oriented DIYs. But I still like watching. Shell is, oh, that's good, Davita. I still like watching her channel, just because you can always get something out of it, even if the style isn't exactly like what you want to do. You can still get some ideas on how to do some things maybe a little differently, or it will spark something. Yes, she is. And I am so, so glad that her channel got reinstated. Oh, well, we really appreciate it, Cynthia and Debbie. We really, really appreciate you watching. And I just am so happy with all the wonderful people I've met from doing this. Like Yanni, who was on earlier in the Netherlands, and Shell in Australia. And we have conversations back and forth. And you could never do that without this platform. And it's so nice to just be able to connect. I missed something, Del. Oh, thank you so much, Del. I appreciate that. I just love connecting with all of you. I feel like I've made a whole group of new friends. And the other thing is, it's so nice too, because it's all people who are interested in doing similar types of things. So, when you're at work or out socializing in other arenas, you may meet a bunch of different people, but they don't necessarily share the same interests that you do. So that's what I love about this, because I've been able to connect with all of you and people from all over the world, and it's just been amazing. You know, when I first was thinking about starting, oh, well, that's nice, Dal. And when I started this channel, I was like, okay, I left a pretty good paying job. I was an executive, senior level executive in the corporate offices of a multinational bank. And so I was making a fairly good salary. And when I left, we were then going to be living off of just what my husband was making. So I told myself, I am not going to buy anything that I would not normally buy, and I'm really going to try to use what I have. And oh, yeah, that was one thing I was going to say, Debbie, and I'll get to that in just a minute. But I've really been trying to stick with that. Yeah, I have almost always made more than my husband. So, um, so for us to go down to one salary, I knew I couldn't just go out and buy whatever I wanted anymore. So I have to be really mindful of that. But I also don't want to be wasteful. And I know there are a lot of people out there so who maybe are not in a position where they can just go out and buy lots of stuff. And I don't think that we necessarily should go out and buy a lot of stuff and just get rid of it later on. So that's what I've been trying to do. I'm being very strategic about what I buy, not spending a lot of money. Like these I thought were a lot big bang for the buck at $2, and I really really love them. I have these colors in my house, just normal decor. My bonus room has these color decorations in it, and so I am feeling like I can use them. And they don't just say Easter; they say eggs are appropriate for spring, non-Easter spring stuff too. So, but the thing I was going to say, when I started my channel, someone else joined. Oh, hi Mary. I missed that. When I was thinking about starting this channel, I had heard all these horrible stories about how you'd get all these people trolling you and negative comments, and I have very thick skin. So if somebody left me a comment saying they don't like my channel, okay, that's their prerogative. They don't have to like my channel, but they don't have to watch it if they don't like it. And I didn't have any expectations about whether people would watch or not. So I'm really really appreciative of everybody who has subscribed and has watched my channel, and who leave such wonderful comments. I have been so lucky. I haven't had any bad experiences. I know there are some people who have had some bad experiences, and I know I think Davida, on a couple of lives you've had some people come on, but there are ways to deal with that, and that's why we have the little wrenches. And I should give you a wrench too, Davida, so you can be a moderator, because I only have Lori as one, I think. But I'll have to go into the settings after this and add some people. But everybody's just been so wonderful. Oh, Davida. Oh, well, that's a good thing, Davida, is that most of the time it doesn't come across on camera, because the camera, when you're streaming, the picture isn't but fuzzy. But you can see mine too. I've got some. But I just love everybody that I've met through this. It's been so fun. And the other fun thing is, like, my friend Michelle, who I've known since high school, she can jump on and join in and get to meet all of you too. And it's so much fun seeing all of you. So, okay, so Cynthia, you said you were supposed to be working on taxes, but you weren't doing that, and yeah, well, I wish I could, Lori, But she's down in San Diego, so um, yeah, Michelle, maybe you should drive up here sometime and you can come on a live with me. You are right, Cynthia. I think people who like to create things are really, really sweet. There's another lady I watch. Her name is Bella, and she's in Canada. And her channel is Bella D Designs. And she always says she has the best subscribers. Well, I agree. I think I have some of the same ones. And I just think I have the best subscribers. And I know my subscribers actually like to watch my channel. And the reason I know that, even if one particular video doesn't get, you know, every single subscriber watching it, is that back in December, I think it was, YouTube sent out this announcement saying that they were going to start culling people's subscription lists and um, unsubscribing people they felt weren't active subscribers. So, because they were trying to get rid of phony subscribers who just like, you know what we're talking about, the phony subscribers. So they were going to cull out people's lists. And so I know there's a lot of people who, you know, they may not watch every video, but they will watch things occasionally. And so I know there were some creators in the crafting and home decor community who were saying that they had lost a lot of subscribers when that happened. But I didn't lose any. And I'm not a big channel. I have yet to get to 1,000, but I didn't lose any. And I know people, some people who are smaller than I am, my channel, they lost like a third to a half of their subscribers when that happened. And I felt so bad for them. And so, but I really, really am appreciative. Yes, Davida, Michelle, I met Michelle at the end of my junior year in high school. So, yeah, you don't have to watch. I agree. There's some channels I don't watch every video. I watch particular ones, but that doesn't mean I don't like their channel. But I have had myself unsubscribed from channels I thought I was subscribed to, and then I realized, oh, somehow I was unsubscribed from them. But but I am really appreciative of everybody who is subscribed, because since I didn't lose any, I know that means that they're engaged and they're watching my videos. So, oh yeah, that's not good. Well, thank you, Michelle. So I actually have two logins for YouTube. I have one that's under my own name, and that's where I watch things that aren't craft related. So like I try to do yoga every morning, every weekday morning, not on the weekends. I give myself a break on the weekends. But so I'm subscribed to my yoga channel on under my own name, and I have some news. I seem European. Okay. I am of European descent. Um, but anyway, so I don't mix the two. So like I have some other channels that are not decor related that I subscribe to. Lori, maybe you could take care of that. So anyway, I just really, really appreciate all of you who watch and comment, and I know the other people who are on here with channels do. So, yeah, putting you to work, Lori. um, but Cynthia, have you thought about starting a channel ever? That's funny, Debbie. That's funny. Falling down on the job, are you? Oh, well, I really like to do it, Dal. If if I had if I had been raised a little differently, I might have tried to do this as a profession, do interior design as a profession. But when I was making a decision about what to go into, I decided that I needed to be able to support myself and be able to take care of myself. So that's why I decided not to become an interior designer, because that's always a cyclical type of job. When the economy's not doing well, um, doing that sort of work can be difficult. So I decided I would go get my MBA and do that instead. So this is really, I love to decorate my own home and do it. Oh, that's funny, Debbie. Did but I like watching it also, and so when I discovered that there were actually channels like this, I was so excited because my exposure to YouTube before I realized that there were home decor type channels was my daughters used to watch some gaming channels, or they would watch funny channels like mythical Good Mythical Morning. Are any of you familiar with that channel? Um, and so that's what I was used to seeing them watch, were those types of channels, and those were some of them were funny, um, but I didn't realize there was home decor, and so now I just love to watch it. I really don't watch much TV anymore. I watch mostly YouTube or Netflix or Amazon Prime. I hardly watch TV. I'll watch TV to get local news, and my husband likes to watch Survivor. Yeah, can I do that from this screen? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I made, and I can make other people too. I can't. Okay, so Davita and Dal, I think I made you both moderators. So that's what it is. It means that they can um, check the messages and make sure that other people are not, um, it's not just one person having to do them all. I didn't realize I could add it from this chat. I thought I had to go into the settings and do it. So, and I can make Michelle one too. Okay. So now I have a few of you. So what you can, when you have a moderator, the moderator can click on the icon, and then it'll give you some options. Thanks, Lori. I also put them in timeout. So yeah, it looks like you have one, Davita, on my screen. And so what are other people up to today? Lori, are you going to go live later at all? I know you tend to go live on the weekends too. Sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday. And here I was just saying that I hadn't had any of that happen. So now I feel like I'm truly initiated into YouTube Lives. Sorting jewelry. Oh, do, Mary, do you have a channel too? Oops. Waiting for a snowstorm. Oh wow. Hi Kimberly, how are you today? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I heard this was a good poppy year, Michelle. I've seen some um, videos on the news of the high desert with all the poppies, and it looks beautiful. I haven't been out there in so long. We went a couple times. Oh, okay, Mary. We went a couple times. Kimberly, you missed the tag part of this. I don't know if you are subscribed to Home Decorating with Liz's channel, but she did a jewelry tag the other day, and she didn't tag me, but I thought it would be fun to do on a live, particularly since I've been buying some jewelry from Lori recently. So I did the tag, and I'm going to add the questions from the tag into the description box when I'm done. So I don't know if you've done that tag yet, Kimberly, but I told everybody who's watching if they have a channel, then I'm tagging them on this video so they can do the tag too. So I'm a little behind on some of my videos, so I don't know if you've done it yet. Well, good. So we were just chatting now. How's the weather? You're in Florida, aren't you, Kimberly? And if you, for those of you who are on, if you don't know Kimberly Davis's channel, she has a wonderful channel. I've been watching her for probably about, I think about a year. I think I found her around the same time I found Davita. And she just has a gorgeous house. And she loves to do tablescaping just like I do. So, oh wow, that's really warm. So, anyway, if you aren't familiar with her channel, check it out. She does a lot of glam type of decor too. I don't do glam, but we were talking about Shell's Glam Home earlier, and Bella also does some glam stuff, but she's been going a little more, I would say, French country recently. So I've really been liking that. I know, Davita, that's what I was telling everyone when I first got on. It's like this morning was a little drizzly, but the sun has come out through the clouds now. And so it's somewhat nice, but then we're going to get rain for a whole other week. And so I'm not looking forward to it. I just absolutely love Kimberly's tablescapes, and she likes to use a lot of red, and I like red. I used to think I didn't like red, but I am really drawn to red, and I have a lot of red things in my kitchen, and she does too. So like my KitchenAid mixer is red, and I have an ice cream maker that's red. I know, they are just beautiful, aren't they, Lori? I just love, love, love watching them. Yes, I have. And her get about 3 days off from the rain, more next weekend. Oh, Well, yeah, I think our storm's going to be coming through. The one we're supposed to be getting on Wednesday is supposed to be bringing a lot of rain with it. So that'll hit you, Debbie, by the weekend probably. So yes, Kimberly, I have. Well, I would if I could, Debbie, because we've really needed the rain. We've been in a drought or semi-drought for many, many years, and I think almost all of the state is now out of the rain. Oh, that's funny, Davita. The one color I don't like to usually decorate with is green, except when it comes to like natural elements. So I was showing how I got some more of these fake hydrangeas from Walmart, and and then the flowers have green stems. That kind of green I like, but I don't tend to use a lot of green in my decorative items. It's just never. I don't know why. I think it's because I like to have the green being the plants and the life. Um, but I have a brown or black thumb when it comes to house plants, so that's why having the faux arrangements is good. And I used to get cut flowers a lot for holidays when we were having people over, but then I decided, well, if I get some faux flowers, then I can have these sorts of things all the time as long as I find some that don't look cheap. I really don't like to just get whatever I see because it's cheap. I really like to have things I think look nice. So that way I can have florals, but I don't have to keep buying fresh flowers and doing that expense. Yeah, that's what I heard, Davita. So, Kimberly, you have a challenge coming up, right? Another one, don't you? What is it? My brain is. Oh, you have the close challenge. That's what it is. Okay, so I am absolutely going to try to participate in this, but I have one cloche in my house, and it has my the topper from my wedding cake under it, and I never take it out of there because it's the topper was blown and spun glass. So I actually am going to be very creative. So I'm going to give you a preview. I have it sitting on my project desk. Okay, so I have these hurricanes, and I think I am going to actually turn them upside down and use those as a cloche, because I really don't have cloches, and I'm, like I said earlier, I'm trying not to spend extra money. So you'll be seeing that me do that. So I also thought, though, there might be other people who don't have cloches who might like to see something like that too. But yeah, Davita, you need to check out Kimberly's channel. She just does wonderful, wonderful tablescapes. They are absolutely gorgeous. So just I love everything she has. She has just really beautiful items, and she always puts them up for every season and lots of the holidays and that sort of thing. So let me get back so I can see if I'm missing any. Oh, have I seen your outside area? I don't know if I've seen it. I'll have to. If I did, it was a long time ago. Oh, that's funny. Lori, are you ever going to show us your back area? Because I know you've shown us your front area. I see the lemon tree through your windows all the time. Everybody's always commenting on that. It's kind of funny because the place where we have our lemon tree, in our yard. It's right up against a slump block wall that separates our yard from our neighbor's yard, and they have a lemon tree right on the other side of the wall, right opposite our lemon tree. And their lemon tree is covered in lemons right now, and ours has three, I think, three lemons. But I think I decided that theirs gets the afternoon sun, and so their tree gets more sunlight than ours. And ours, which faces more east, it's getting only morning sun. Yeah, well, I do too because we were having all these Santa Ana winds and then these storms with winds, and there's some big huge eucalyptus trees in the canyon behind our house, and whenever there's wind it comes and blows all of the little buds and leaves and sticks and debris off of those eucalyptus trees into our yard. So our yard has a bunch of eucalyptus tree debris in it right now, and I really need to get outside and prune my roses. They're spring blooming again, and they finished their winter blooming, and they're getting a little overgrown and leggy, so I need to cut them back so they'll bush out more and not be so long. Yeah, the snow is all gone now, Michelle. At least well, actually, I don't know because I haven't been able to see the San Gabriel's or the Santa Monica Mountains. They're still covered with clouds right now. But all the snow on Saddleback and the Santa Ana Mountains, that's all gone. But it was pretty. Okay, Lori. Wow, we've been on an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, it is, Del. In Southern California is very unique. Oh, my husband planted some about 3 weeks ago, Davita. So we have some growing along with Japanese eggplant. We like to grow that too. We have it in pots. We have to put it in pots because the bunnies like to come and eat it. So they come in the yard and they'll eat all the plants. Come on over. Then I'll be over to yours and you can have pesto. So anyway, but Southern California is really unique because we do have these mountains nearby. Some of them go up to about 10,000 feet, a little higher than 10,000 feet. The one closest to me is about 5,500 feet. So it will get snow on it once or twice during the winter usually, but not that frequently. But so it does get cold enough in the mountains to get snow, and we have some local ski resorts that are about an hour and a half to 2 hours from where I live. And if you're up in LA, it's at, obviously actually closer. You can get there in under an hour. But then we're also right near the ocean. So, you could go skiing in the morning and then you could go to the beach in the afternoon. So it's very unique that way. And there's a lot of, we have coastal mountains, so there's a lot of hills and things. Oh yeah, and the desert. You could go to the desert too. Palm Springs actually very unique because Palm Springs is in the low desert and it gets warm there. That's funny, Davita. But then there's a mountain, Mount San Jacinto, that sits above Palm Springs, and it can be 50 degrees colder up in the mountain than it is down in the valley. So like if you're in Palm Springs in the summer and it's 120 degrees, you can take an aerial tram up to the mountain, and it might be 70 degrees at the top of the mountain because of the difference. And I think you go through like 5 climactic zones, climatic zones, not climatic zones throughout that tram ride up to the top of the mountain. So that's pretty interesting too. But I have in my yard, I have a Meyer lemon, I have a key lime, and I have a navel orange tree, and I have a mandarin orange tree. My key lime, I usually only get a few off of it, and it's very spiky. It gets these thorns on it that are about that long. The Meyer lemon gets some thorns too, but the key lime tree has probably 3 to 4 times as many thorns on it as the lemon tree does. So, but it's nice. But we usually get 2 rounds of lemons, so one in like the spring and then another round in the late fall time. And things bloom here year round, so we can have roses blooming at Christmas time, and my camellias were always blooming at Christmas time. So, whoops, I just kicked a trash can that's under my desk. We tried to have an avocado tree because we love avocados, but apparently the area that I live in, the soil has this fungus that attacks the avocado trees. So if you want to have an avocado tree, you need to put it in a pot. And so we put an avocado tree in the pot, and we also have a fig tree that's in a pot. But the avocado tree, whenever we would get a Santa Ana, it would lose most of its leaves. So it never got very big, and finally we gave up after trying 3 different times to have an avocado tree. We weren't able to do that. Me too, Davida. That's why I got a Meyer lemon tree instead of a regular lemon tree. I like the flavor a lot better. Michelle has a lemon tree in her front yard, and it makes these lemons that are kind of a pale green, almost a key lime color on the inside. But they had a very mild taste to them, Michelle. I used them when I cooked some fish right after you gave them to us, and they were very mild, a lot like a lime rather than a lemon. Yeah, my rosemary bushes are huge, and I chop them way back. Like they grow huge. They're taller than I am. Those things grow like weeds here. So they started out very small when we redid our yard, and they're just gigantic. So, but I like rosemary too, and it's very convenient having it out in the yard. So whenever I want to use it in cooking, I just go off and snip a few branches off and bring them in the house. So Dal, what are you doing today? Anything fun besides what being on the live here? Or anybody else who hasn't said what they're doing yet? You on? Am I buffering? No? Seem to be okay on mine. So I guess I showed you guys everything, and I think I'm gonna chilling out doing nothing. I think I'm gonna sign off pretty soon. Yeah, I don't have any mint. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be signing off now too, Michelle. Thanks for joining in. I have to actually go to Costco. I have to buy some stuff there, and we're trying to go out and do some errands before it starts to rain again. Well, I am so happy all of you were able to join in. And Davida, definitely go check out Kimberly's channel. Like I mentioned, she has that challenge coming up, and it's for a cloche. So you would probably really like to participate in that. And thanks for joining in again, Kimberly. You have a wonderful day, rest of the day. I guess it's about 4:30 back there because it's no, I'm sorry. It's 2:30 here, so it's about 5:30 there. So thank you so much. Oh, Lori, I am just about to sign off. So I have to run to Costco and do some other errands while it's still not raining. So bye, everybody. Bye, Davita. Bye, Dal. Bye, Lori. Bye, Mary. Bye, Michelle. Bye, Kimberly. Who else is on? Debbie. Who else? Am I missing somebody? Mary. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Oh, I really enjoyed having you on, Debbie. Thank you so, so much for joining. Oh, Cynthia, I missed you. Bye, Cynthia. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And please, if you don't know DeVito or Lori or Kimberly, did I miss anybody else who has a channel who's on here? If I did, please be sure to check everybody else's out because I love watching all of them. So, bye-bye, everyone.